Hello, visibility hackers, and welcome to today's Visibility Check. I'm your host, Coach Molly from visibilityhacking.com, and today is day 2 of Marley Jaxx week. Yes! Okay, so first and foremost, I have to tell you a story about Marley Jaxx. Well, it's more about a story about me and how much I love Marley Jaxx, but ready? Okay, so I told you in day 1 about how the first time I saw Marley Jaxx walk onto stage on Funnel Hacking Live blew me away, right? Okay, well, let's fast forward to last summer when I was organizing the Mindset and Impact Summit, and I decided that I was going to be big, bold, and brave and shoot for the stars and just send Marley a message. She had mentioned something on stage that was really, it felt raw, it felt authentic, and it felt like I needed to reach out and have and give her some sort of response for what she had put out there into the world. And so I told her straight up, I wrote this wonderful little message about how I'm really inspired by the stuff that she does, not just her business stuff, but the way that she has become that attractive character and the way that she shares that part of her world with or that part of her life with the world. And well, I invited her to be a speaker at the summit, and to my amazement, she responded excitedly, really wanting to participate. And I was just absolutely blown away. There is a video that I will one day share where I am in tears out of that excitement. And I can't wait to splice that into a well-edited cinematic video that will get me all the likes and views on the YouTubes, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Well, scheduling things happened, and unfortunately, Marley wasn't able to join us at the Mindset and Impact Summit, but fingers crossed that she'll be joining us for something big soon. And well, if you don't want to wait for Marley Jaxx to join me on something big here in the visibility hacking world, then you definitely want to head on over to her channels, her pages, etc., because she is dropping something huge. Something that I am having an emotional reaction about as I watch her get ready for this launch. So if you're as excited about what is about to happen in the world of Marley Jaxx, If you're as excited as I am, then definitely go head on over, check her stuff out. But today is day 2 of Marley Jaxx week, so let's dive into it, shall we? Day 2, Marley Jaxx weeks. I'm excited. So usually on day 2 we talk about sharing, and today I wanted to talk about what Marley does really, really, really well. Clearly, you're going to go watch every video on her channel because not only are they packed full of value, and they have been ever since she started that first Canva tutorial video that I watched many, many, many moons ago, but most importantly, when it comes down to hook, story, offer, this girl has got it nailed. So that's what we're going to look at today. That's the sharing of the message, the getting people inspired, getting people intrigued, hooking them into your world so that they'll actually click on your video and watch it. So let's look at what Marley and her team do so that we can start replicating that in our own businesses, in our own movements, right? All right, here we go. By the way, hello, Kenna. Hello, everyone in the chat. Great to see you guys today. I'm very excited for today. Oh, the other exciting thing is that on day 1's video, Marley herself actually thought it was super cool. She commented. So go ahead, head on over to day 1, go like her comment, go comment on her comment. That would be fun. Show her the visibility hackers love because we definitely want more Marley in our world. So let's check out what she's got going on her YouTube page. So let's start from the very top and we'll work our way down. And I'll just check out a couple of different things that I think you guys should have in your own content. So first and foremost, she's got a really great channel art banner up at the top. It's got her face on it. So we've got that eye contact. We have that personality that's showing behind it. We have an awesome image of her on stage at Funnel Hacking Live in that golden jacket. That friggin' golden jacket. I love it. And so we also see that she is not only the relatable, attractive character, but she's also the achieved, the successful, attractive character. And we see this simply in a split second by the visuals we see on her page. She's got this great, like, smoky background to it as well, which really adds to the power and the impact behind it. She looks even more produced, and she doesn't look overproduced, which is what I get when I see a lot of really big budget stars out there. Marley does things that are easy to do on your laptop. It doesn't require the biggest, fanciest camera. It doesn't require 6 and 7 figure marketing budgets. She's really, really smart about what she does and the way that her team implements these simple strategies. So you making sure that your face and something about you that's going to draw that excitement is clearly posted on your channel is really important. We also see her name is clearly posted because channel art isn't just art that hangs on your wall. It's not just there to be pretty. It's functional. It's like a billboard. It has information. It has its own call to action. It has its own really important position in the strategy overall. So what we see her face, we see her excitement, we see her name, which is also her logo, also good tip. And then we also see very clearly that she is about video, impact, and profit. 3 themes that are going to follow through the rest of the stuff that we're going to dive into in her YouTube channel. So making sure that you have that cohesion. And I know so many of you who are starting out your businesses, or you're starting to grow your businesses, or you're pivoting your businesses and you're taking more space online. I know that you're like, Molly, I don't want to do that market research. I don't want to do the behind the scenes stuff. I just don't want to. I just want to produce videos. I want to throw them up on my channel. I want 1 million views. I want a play button. I want lots of followers. I want to be successful. But I don't want to have to put in that nitty gritty work at the beginning. I want to do everything. I want to sell water to the world. Well, remember, you can't sell water to the world. You need to be really specific about who you are, what you bring to the world. Now, there's one thing on this channel art banner that I am surprised she doesn't have. And that is a schedule posted of when she's going to be putting out her videos. The thing is, she puts videos out on a very regular basis. She's all about the batching your content and putting them out there, maybe weekly, maybe bi-weekly, whatever it is. But the one thing I don't see on her channel when I arrive there is that schedule. So I thought that is kind of interesting. Now, we'll also head over to the right side of her banner where we have our links. So in YouTube, when you're designing your channel, what you can do is put in your bio. This would hang out on your about page. Put in your bio a little bit of blurb about you and your channel and what you offer. And then you can also provide a bunch of links. This would be like to your social profiles, to your funnels, etc. So let's see what Marley has. She has a link to her website, very clearly stated and labeled as a website. Then we have the Facebook icon, the Twitter icon, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So what she's doing is she is making sure that her funnel is front and center, and then her social profiles after that. When this channel art banner is displayed on different devices, it's going to display differently. So we have that all in the right, all of the good important content is in the right target area. And then we also will see a change in what links are presented. So when we shrink down to the smallest size, we only have space for one of those links. She's prioritized the fact she wants people to go to her funnel. So keep that in mind. Are you making sure that your funnel is front and center on your YouTube channel? So check mark if you have done that already. Now we'll scroll down and we can see that when we look at her avatar, when we look at the picture of Marley in the little circle right next to her name, we can see that it's actually her. I did this test for the last couple years. I've been flipping back and forth to see how people react to different types of avatars. So if you are behind a huge brand, a brand that is recognizable by symbols and by colors alone, you don't need to put your face. You can put your logo in there. That's fine. But most of you aren't there. Most of you aren't running a brand as big as McDonald's or Microsoft or whatnot. Those are brands that are easily identifiable by their logo. But if you're a solopreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're just breaking into the digital world, if you're pivoting into the digital world, then what you need to recognize is that people are following you, the attractive character. They want to see you. And from a psychological perspective, humans connect better with other humans. So when you have an avatar up there, you have to be aware of what is the impact you want to have from that avatar. Is it brand recognition? So in that case, you're going to put your logo up. Is it getting people to actually follow you? If they want to follow you, the person, well, the test that I did, what I did was I started out with just a logo. Then I switched it up to a artist rendering of my face because I, didn't want to be the face of my brand, but I knew that eyeballs are important. And then I switched mine recently to a picture of me, just like Marley's. And when you have that connection is going to be so much deeper. When people have the ability to look at someone else in the eyes, they build trust. It reduces stress hormones that are happening in our brain. So when we look at Marley's page and we see this happy smiling Marley on her channel art, we see happy smiling Marley in her avatar, we're already 2 steps into this trust building factor, and we haven't even clicked on her first video. That is the power of visibility hacking, guys. You have to know what to look for and how to actually get people's eyeballs on you, get their brains to react in a certain way so that they can more easily and more frictionlessly take that next step. So let's take the next step. Let's scroll down and check out some of her thumbnails. I love thumbnails, okay? I love thumbnails. Okay, so let's talk about Marley's thumbnails. We can see that every single one of these thumbnails has a beautiful smiling Marley in it. She's excited. She's showing that whatever topic she's talking about is something that's exciting. When we as viewers are able to see that, We've already talked about the impact of eyeballs to eyeballs, but then when we see people smiling, it again reduces those stress hormones in our brain. It actually tells our brain that we are safe, we are okay. So if Marley is talking about a topic that's really big and scary for someone, like how to make 7 figures off a webinar, that can be intimidating to think about. Well, when you find she's got a video in here that has where'd it go? I just had it. I made 7 figures with this. We see a smiling, excited, happy Marley. We know that, well, making 7 figures off this webinar might actually be easier than we thought. So that's pretty cool. So we want to make sure that in our thumbnails, we have a happy, smiling Marley. We have ourselves excitedly engaged in whatever it is we're talking about. We also can see on her page that we have different titles for our videos than we do titles in our thumbnails. We have 2 different places of really important real estate for our eyeball real estate for our viewers. So why would you copy the same title of your video as your thumbnail? It's just an unnecessary repetition. Instead, capitalize on those 2 spaces and use different titles, test different hooks, have different grabs for people. And Marley does a great job at this. We see that we have a thumbnail title here that says, "We cracked the code." And then the video title is "How to Generate Leads from YouTube." We see that we have that super catchy hook, which is in our thumbnail. And then we have the description that's in our episode title. Now, the magic behind that is that you have that hook that's going to be your psychological hook. That's going to be the attention grabbing pattern interrupt kind of hook that's going to be in your thumbnail. But you want the title of your video to play to the algorithm. So you want the title of the video. If you look at Marley's, they are so perfectly done. I need to model this better. I need to do this, and so do most of you guys, let's be honest. So we have, "We cracked the code," super interesting, super engaging, hook, hook, hook. Then we have, "How to generate leads from YouTube." Next video, "How to create a lead magnet," "How to increase the price of a product," "How to be confident in front of camera," "How to." That's the pattern we see here. YouTube is a search engine, and the way that people are engaging and searching on YouTube is they're most likely going to be looking for how-to videos. So if you start the title of your video with "how to ... you put those kinds of tags in your video search as well. So you're typing in the tag function, "How to build a business online," "How to make more money online," "How to be more confident in front of the camera." These are things that people are going to be searching for, which is going to make your video more likely to show up in searches. Marley has this great strategy where she is focusing entirely on producing high value evergreen content. She is not focusing on hitting the algorithm at short periods of time to get a big boost in traffic. She does this when she has launches, and she does it very effectively. But when she's just creating her content for herself and for her clients, she's focused on that long-term result. I was in a live with her a while ago, and someone was commenting on the fact that the videos she was bringing up, her own videos, had only 53 or 63 likes. She had a mediocre amount of followers at that time, mediocre according to this person. And I was amazed at Marley's reaction. I was going to say she looked that person straight in the eyes, but she didn't. She looked in the camera and said, "That's not the metric we're going for. We're looking for that long-term searchability. We're creating long-term evergreen value-based content. We're not trying to get this wave of listeners and wave of followers at the beginning of our video. We want something that's going to be able to last the test of time. And you do that by playing into the algorithm in ways like Marley's done here with her how-to titles, with her eye-catching thumbnails. You can also A/B split test your thumbnails when you get a certain number of followers on YouTube, and that will allow you to test out those different catchy hooks and those catchy thumbnails and to test them side to side and see what happens. So we can see we've got a lot that we've covered already today, and we've only gone through like not even half the page. We really haven't even dropped below the fold on this page. And I think we're going to leave it there for today. So let's recap super quick. Marley Jaxx. First of all, she's incredible. She's amazing. She's Canadian, and you should love her. You should follow her. Okay? Point number 1. Point number 2 is when you're looking at your channel art, I want your face on it. I want your beautiful smiling Marley face on your channel art because I want you to be that relatable, attractive character to your people. I want you to post what your pillars are. What is the basis of your content? Visibility hacking. We're about influence, authority, and income. Marley Jaxx, she's about video, impact, and income. You want those posted clearly so people know what they're getting when they come to your channel. If you're a mommy blogger, right? Mommy blogging. If you are a cooking channel, right? Cooking stuff or new recipes weekly, whatever it is. The one thing I would pick Marley's brain about is why she doesn't have a schedule posted. I'm really, really curious about that. So Marley, if you're listening, help a girl out. I'm curious. Let me know. The next thing I want you guys to remember is the importance of your avatar. Put a picture of yourself, your beautiful smiling Marley face. I want you to put yourself out there. Have your face on your avatar. And then finally, we're going to look at using different thumbnails than we do, or thumbnail hooks than we do let's start that one again. We're going to use different thumbnail hooks than we do episode titles. And we do that to grab people's attention with our thumbnails and to also play into the algorithm with our titles and our tags. So that, my friends, is Marley Jaxx and part of her amazing, amazing video collection. So I'm not diving into the videos because that's your homework. She's got incredible content out there. We looked at how, yesterday at her videos in the scenes framework. Today, we broke down what her YouTube page looks like and how she's getting that message across to the world. And your homework today is to binge as much of her video content as you can so that when we come back in day 3 of Marley Jaxx Week, so when we dive into her engagement process, I want you guys to already have a feel for how she does this. She plays into a really well thought out, well designed formula, and that is a place that you guys can find some comfort and can find some strength as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's visibility check. Marley Jaxx Week 2 or Day 2. Should we have a Marley Jaxx Week 2? Let me know in the comments if you want a Marley Jaxx Week 2, because we could totally do a second week all about launches and all about Marley Jaxx and the way that she hypes up her content. Ooh, yes. Let me know in the comments below. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in our next one. And until then, remember, I love you and be excellent to each other.